one, you have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind. But in regards to what I'm speaking on, like you have knowledge, you have wisdom, and then you have understanding. Like, yeah, understanding transcends wisdom and shit, because it's like, even whether you call it understanding, overstanding, inner, however you say, comprehension, we'll say that shit, but I'm using understanding for, conversation's sake. But yeah, just having knowledge don't mean shit. Fuck you doing with it? When you actively apply knowledge, then it becomes wisdom. You feel what I'm saying? Then it becomes wisdom. But then when you actively apply wisdom, then it becomes understanding. You feel what I'm saying? My knowledge is just details. It's information. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can have facts. All right, what the fuck can you do with those facts? You feel what I'm saying? So you got to get to that point of that aspect. So when you breaking down your chakras and you trying to unblock them and shit, it's deeper than, you can use all the essential oils you want to use. You can motherfucking take all the color baths you want to take, but it's still even deeper than that. It's levels to the shit. All of that shit that you're doing is to help you get the information about the chakra. You feel what I'm saying? Understanding the color, understanding the volatility. Like the color red is associated with the root chakra. Why? Because red is volatile. When you're in survival mode, you're volatile. Everything has to have its connection. You dig what I'm saying? And then it's bound. It's not bound, but it's governed. I don't want to say governed. It's represented. It's represented by the earth element. But it's deep. You gotta understand earth. Like when we talk about earth, a lot of motherfuckers feel like earth is it's like the dirt, the ground and shit. Nah. On that level, earth is basically inert matter. Like inert matter. So it's just a thing with no life in it, right? So if you stuck on your root chakra, in essence, you're a thing with no life in it. I don't give a fuck if your heart beating in your mind. If you're stuck on your root chakra energy, you are a being with no life in it. Makes sense why you fear. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have that aspect to understand. So when you understand all of the components that represent a chakra, and you understand how it affects you, this is by obtaining the knowledge of it, then applying that knowledge to become wisdom, then applying that wisdom to become understanding. Then you unblock that chakra and it can't be blocked anymore because you have understanding. And if it is blocked, it's because you closed it, not because it was closed for you. Like all of our shits were closed. Like they're closed for us and shit. Like they keep us down on this fucking third dimension plane, wherever you want to. But if you on a root chakra, you first dimensional. Like like that first dimensional shit is just basically the singularity point. Like if you understand geometry, it makes it easier to get. You know what I'm saying? The first dimension will be like a singular point, like a little dot, right? The second dimension, which will be the sacral chakra, will be a line segment, basically. It's from point to point, you have now a direction to your shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is ultimately, like I said, is blocked by emotion and feeling, and it governs sexuality. You feel what I'm saying? And it's represented by the element of water. You feel what I'm saying? So if whatever creation story you read, they tell you that you created the mass and then water was given to it after that. All life is formed in the womb. All life has to come out of water. Why? Because water animates the earth. It makes the inner earth. Although earth is not a word, but you feel what I'm saying? It makes it viable. It gives it livelihood. You feel what I'm saying? But you have to have water to do that. Right? So that would then transcend to the second dimension, which is the line segment in essence. You know what I mean? Now you have 2 points, but you have a distance now. You have a traveling point. That's where emotions come in because it gives you that duality and shit. It gives you that principle. Sexuality too is like, sexuality is bipolar. You feel what I'm saying? There's two aspects to it. I know motherfuckers talking about we got over 75 sexual orientations and shit now. I don't know fucking how, but I feel, everybody's entitled to whatever the fuck they're entitled to, So the next point is when you go to the third dimension. So now the third dimension is when you're able to make three-dimensional shapes. So like I said, in the second dimension, yeah, you have the point to point, but then you create the shape. So you get your squares, your triangles, your circle. I don't really want to say is a shape because it's like there's no point. It's infinite. There's an infinite amount of possibilities you can make from beginning to end. You can make several big beginnings to ends. It's infinite. But that's a whole different topic. What I'm talking about now is different. So, from that second dimension, that's when you get the 2D shapes.